What's going on, SC430 community? My name is Henry. Today's video, I'm going to be working on another SC430 here. This is a gold one with 51,000 miles. Can't remember what the year is, but for whatever reason, all the gold SC430s I've worked on, they all had very low miles. So, not sure why, but there's a lot of them out there, I guess, with very low miles that are in gold, except for my dad's being at 140-something thousand. But today, I'm going to show you how to fix this guy. So, as you can tell, it doesn't really close anymore. It's stuck open. So we have a replacement part here provided by the customer. We're going to see what we've got going on in there. We're going to replace it, but we're going to see this, see if there's anything we can do to fix it, possibly to keep the part so it's not wasted. Let me go over to the passenger side. I'll show you what I mean by the piece being broken in part of the mechanism. So I am developing a prototype part to fix it, so you don't have to spend however much money the customer spent to buy a replacement one, right? So assuming that it's like close to the 100-ish range, I would guess, when in reality it's only one small piece that shouldn't be very expensive. But the issue is this guy where my thumb is at, it goes across the top. This is the part that I have seen break the most. That's connected to this and obviously all the gears. So when you press it in, there's a little like stem that sticks into this guy where all that grease is at, and basically it moves out of place. So when you press it, you see, it's hard to do with one hand, that the stem is down there. See, you can see the little stem sticking out. It's covered in grease. So it'll like feed itself through here, and then right in the middle, that little like triangle looking piece, it'll get caught in that to basically hold it closed, in the closed position. So when I push it in, right, it gets fed in there, you press it in, and then boom, it gets caught right in there so it doesn't go anywhere. Then you press it in again to move it out of that triangle piece, and then it comes out like that. So that's usually the piece that's broken. Still working on a prototype design for that. I'll put that on screen of my current prototype CAD model that I have of it. Dimensions are still a little finicky, so still working on it. But anyways, to get started with this, the only tools you're going to need is a Phillips head screwdriver and maybe a pick to take out the connector for the cigarette lighter. Other than that, yeah, it's pretty quick and easy. So let's get started. We are going to first take the shift knob off. So I'm going to turn it counterclockwise. Comes out like that. Super easy. Next up, we're going to open up the center console. Not the first push button, you want to do the lever. Get this out up and away. And then we're going to take out this guy. And then there's a connector for it. So I'll show you how to do that. You can grab it like so. And then kind of push it with your thumbs outward. And then up, and it'll come out. That. So, going up. And then you can see the connector that's in there. We'll take that out. Super easy. Put that to the side. Next up, we're going to use that pick to take this piece out and move the shifter out of the way. Reason being, because when we take this off, it's going to get caught on this. So want to be careful taking this out because you see how nice and square it is. A lot of people, when they use picks in here, it will damage it and you'll see it like round out So we're gonna try to be careful and not break this one. Who knows if they've ever actually taken this out, so hopefully it comes out smooth so it doesn't break. But this piece usually is broken or lost anyway, so it's not like a crazy big deal, but obviously it's the little things, right? So we're gonna try to do our best to try to get this puppy out without breaking or making any dings in it. Like that. Still looking good. Going to put that in the coin box just so I don't lose it. So there's a white tab in here. Press that white tab down and then you'll be able to move the shifter freely. So I'm going to move it down to drive now. It doesn't matter where, but just to move it in the center so it's not in the way. Okay, next up, I'm going to grab it from the back here and just carefully lift up and it'll just pop out like that. There will be 2 fasteners here, so that's why we pulled it up from here. There's 2 here and then 2 up here. So this one's already come out. So now we need to be careful with this. And once we take it off, there will be a connector probably connected to the cup holder. It's a blank one. And then you'll have a connector for the cigarette lighter. There's 2 of them. One that's connected here, and then that's connected to another connector that's like somewhere right here, just behind obviously the ashtray. We'll have to take that one out because that's actually what's connected to the wiring harness. And then we'll have to take this button out. So I'll show you how to do that. I'm gonna close this out. So I can put this somewhere. So let me pull this out. There'll be a connector underneath. Like that. That's the one that's connected to the cup holder. And then turning this guy around. This is what I meant. See how there's a connector to the actual cigarette lighter? Don't worry about it. You want to disconnect this one. This is what's connected to the wiring harness, and then we're going to have to disconnect this. So I'll show you how to disconnect this after I take this one out. So this is where I'll use my pin to get it because I can't press it down all the way. There we go. That comes out. Next up is this guy. You'll see this little square cutout right here. There's a tab, you want to push that in, and then there's one on the other side to push that in, and then this, you'll pull it out. But be very, very careful because this is all plastic and there's very small wires. You don't want to accidentally damage it, otherwise the button will stop working. So I'm going to do that. So I'm going to use one hand to slowly pull it and then use the pick to basically push those pins in. They should come out pretty darn easy. So don't apply too much pressure if you don't need to. So it comes out like that. So then you'll be able to freely take this out. So this is what we got going on. So it looks like they have the SC430 mods Bluetooth mod. It's very clean inside, but we're going to work on the actual ashtray itself. So let's get to doing that. All right. So let's take a look. Let's see what's wrong with it. Well, everything looks to be there, but it's not pressing it. So let's see. Oh, that's why. See how bent out it is? Let's see if we can fix that. I would assume maybe it's torqued down incorrectly, or maybe it's bending and it's about to break. So let's find out. Let's see what I can do to fix this. Do the first try and unscrewing this guy right here, because it's kind of where it's bending. So we're going to see if I take this off, if it completely snaps or something. Yep, it's kind of not broken yet, but there's a crack in it, and there's some tension where it's not supposed to be at. So I would say it's definitely fixable, but not sure how we would be able to put tension on this without snapping it or cracking it more. So I'm gonna put this back on. But yeah, this is probably something I'll have to put to the side to figure out. So we're gonna have to deal with that. So we're gonna take this cigarette actual lighter out. I'm gonna take the ashtray out. You can just pull it out pretty easy. So, to take out the ashtray itself, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 screws. Take that out. This is sitting underneath the cup holder technically, so hopefully with just taking those 2 screws out, we can just slide it out and put the new one in. But if not, then you have to take the cup holder out. There's 1, 2 obviously, and then there's 1, 2 on the back. So let's start by taking these out. So now that I took those screws out, you should be able to just kind of lift it out. Just be aware, they do sit in a little tab, so I want to lift it out over that, right? And then obviously we need to pull it away from that so we don't have to take the cup holder out. So there it goes. So customer didn't mind if I was able to fix it and they can keep it, or they were just gonna let me have it. I don't know if I can fix this right away, but I'll probably end up keeping it and hopefully restore it if it's possible, if I can fix it with the original mechanism, or I have to use my prototype part to fix this. So we'll see. But for the new one, we're going to enter in, starting with the back, right? Because we want to get it underneath the cup holder, right? So, nope, it looks like I made a mistake. You didn't really need to take the middle screw out, but good thing we did, so we have enough play to lift this up, right? So that's fine. And then, now that the holes kind of line up, we want to get it in the tabs here. Remember that little tab that's sticking out? So it sits nice and even. So from there, we put the screws back in. We're going to start with one corner. Remember, when you screw these in, you are screwing a metal screw into plastic. So you don't want to over tighten them, otherwise you will break it. And you do not want to do that. So since I'm tightening this with one hand, I'm only just going to tighten it up until I just can't tighten it anymore. So basically just right when I get into contact, and then I'll tighten them down a little bit more once I put the camera down. Okay. So now that those are all in, I'm going to now basically tighten them in. Like I said, just nice and too smooth. Make sure everything is lined up, and obviously don't over tighten it, otherwise it's going to cause potential damage to that plastic mount and will end up breaking it. So I'm going to tighten those up right now. So now it's in. Now for a nice test. Ta-da! Oh, this one comes with a cigarette lighter and the ashtray. Perfect. So they don't need to use their old one. There we go. And then obviously once I put it away, I probably should clean it up. So because it has all my fingerprints on it. But now that we got that, let's put it back in. We can start with the ashtray. We're gonna plug in this for the cigarette lighter, the button, and then the optional cord if you want to plug it in or not. It doesn't go anywhere clearly. And then when you snap it in, that corner piece there, that corner piece there, these down here go across, and then the two in the back, those are for all of the fasteners here. So you can see the two bottom here. There's a couple of the small little ones on the side, wherever my middle finger is, there it is. This one's already broken. One fastener here, one fastener there. This one's missing. I didn't see it in here, so that's fine though. All of them are mostly there, so it'll stay in place. So let's put this bad boy back. I found it. So now put this in. We're gonna start with the front. Make sure it clicks in. Then we're gonna put the button in. Don't want to forget the button. Then that cord here that goes to nothing. And then we're going to slowly put it in. Remember, line it up with those fasteners, and then you basically can just push it in. So we're going to start with the front, right? So it should just pop in like that, and then slowly work your way down. Like that. Super nice and easy. Now we can shift the car back into park. Or we're gonna then put the cover back for that shift. Make sure you put it in nice and straight, otherwise it will get stuck. That pops nice and in. Put then shifter back on. That. And then open up the center console to plug this back in. So let's see the fastening points here. So just be careful when you put it in. Make sure you put it in right. Plug it in first, of course. And then you want to go straight down, right on those fastening points. Boom, easy. Then that is it. Now we have this functioning like it never happened. And that's it. I'm gonna clean this up for the customer, make it look nice and pretty, so you don't see the fingerprints. Obviously you can't see it on camera, but I can see it and it bothers me. But other than that, that's how you replace the ashtray. It's pretty easy, and you can see where the mechanism fails. So if you are a little of a tradesman or know a little bit of 3D printing, it is possible to fix. Just gotta play around with the dimensions and such. But other than that, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.